What's going on, good people out there on YouTube today? Hope you're having a wonderful day, and I definitely appreciate you for stopping by to the channel. Now, as always, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that button, man. Get the word out, share the videos, help me out. I'm trying to grow the channel. It's small right now, but I'm growing. It's all good. I'm here for the process. Now, today I'm bringing you a fragrance that is very new to my collection, but I promise you I'm enjoying it already. It's from the house. Matter of fact, it's one of my favorite niche houses. This is Parfums de Marly, and we have none other than Parfums de Marly Percival. Now, right off the bat, I love the presentation of this. It's very hefty. It's got a lot of weight to it. And if you had Parfums de Marly before, the cap is very heavy, and I love it. Alright, so first of all, this draws a lot of comparison to Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. But in my opinion, this takes that scent profile up a level. Alright, first of all, the Fierce is a lot more youthful and playful. This right here, it gets a little more serious when you come down to the dry down. A lot of people call this fragrance linear, say it doesn't change very much after the initial sprays. I have to disagree because it's a lot more fresh when you first spray it, but after it dries down, it gets more mature, more heavy. The scent profile doesn't change a whole lot, but the depth of it, it begins to change. So the comparison to Finch, Abercrombie and Finch Fierce, it's a fair comparison, but I do think this one is levels above that one. Now, if you're looking for a measuring stick to see how this scent smells before actually spending the money on it, Finch is a good, Fierce is a good measuring stick. But like I said, this one right here is levels above. All right, now we're going to talk about the scent profile of this fragrance. This thing is citrusy. It has some floral notes. It also has some woodsy notes. You have a lot of ambrox in this fragrance, but to my nose, you're going to pick up a lot on that citrus. It has some geranium in it, such as Layton, but I think the geranium is more pronounced in Layton, in my opinion, especially on the first sprays. With this one right here, the thing we want to get into, whenever you have a fragrance, you want to make sure that the disbursement is as strong as equal. And one thing about this atomizer, it's going to spray very, it's going to be well balanced. So you can check it out. I'll spray it for you. So look at that. And this stuff right here, when I tell you, when it gets in the air, man, it's very aromatic. It's very addictive. People want to follow your scent trail. But that's not right now. I'm going to get into the sillage a little bit later. But right now, the scent profile is one that's very versatile. As I mentioned before, you can wear this any time of the year, but I think it suits much better in warmer weather. Be careful on the sprays because if you know Parfums de Marly have no problem with performance. So the thing is going to project, it's going to perform. You don't want to overspray because I've found that fragrances of this type of scent profile, if you spray too much, it'll start to bother your nose a lot. It's going to smell good still, but you don't want to have it annoying. You understand? You want to have fragrances to a point where you can enjoy them, and you can't enjoy them if you're overspraying them, all right? All right, let's talk about longevity. Now, of course, if you are familiar with Parfums de Marly's house, their fragrances are going to last, so you never have to worry about longevity with that house, especially with this one right here. It's very light, but it projects awesomely, and you don't expect a scent of this caliber to project all day long, but it does. All right. Now, in my honest opinion, I just got this fragrance yesterday, so I tried it out immediately. I sprayed it on around 10 o'clock that morning, and I promise you I could still smell this fragrance that night before I went to bed and got in the shower. It was still on me pretty heavy. All right, I sprayed my shirt, I sprayed my arm. Now, one thing about my skin composition, my skin chemistry, a lot of fragrances jump off very masculine on my skin, so I'm not afraid to use fragrances that are a bit lighter or a bit on the floral side. I'm okay with that because it's not going to smell feminine on me. But this one is not a feminine fragrance by any means, but it is a bit lighter. But off of my skin, it jumps off very masculine. All right, so with all that being said, the projection is above exceptional. Okay, you're gonna get all day long. I mean, how many fragrances that are gonna be summertime fragrances, airy fragrances that you're gonna get to last all day long? Next on the list, we're gonna talk about the compliment factor. All right, of course, I'm a married man, so compliments don't mean very much to me unless they're coming from my wife, to be quite honest. So yesterday I wore it. We went out. She smelled it. She messed around and got a whiff of it in the air. I mean, it was like, you understand the reaction that I get, so compliments are not going to be a problem with this one. You're not going to offend anyone unless you just go crazy on the trigger and just blow everybody away with so much fragrance on. But the scent profile, I promise you, it's mass appealing with some I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with that at all because why do you wear fragrance, right? you want to smell good, and this right here is gonna smell good. So compliments, don't worry about that. If you're one that's reaching for compliments, this is gonna be one for you. Go ahead and grab this. Now let's talk about scent trail or sillage. This one is in that category is walk by air champ. You understand me? When the wind gets to blowing and it's get caught up in the air, and I promise you it's gonna be something majestic. I promise you. When you walk by somebody wearing this fragrance, they're gonna turn around like, man, what are you wearing? And one thing about it, I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of time people are not gonna say anything about your fragrance. That don't mean you don't smell good. They don't smell you, because I know there are times I smell people and they be smelling, pretty good, and I be like, man, what they got on? But how often do I actually ask them? Not very often. I guess I got to change that, because I'm in the fragrance game and I want to have the best of the best. And when I smell something that really intrigues me, I'm gonna have to find out. Okay, so just think about that the next time you wear your fragrance and you don't get compliments. But this one right here, it's a Sillage Beast. You're going to leave a long scent trail with this one. All right. All right. All in all, this is an A-grade fragrance in my opinion. Now, this is not the most complex thing, but sometimes you don't want to have something that's too complex. You just want to grab something that smells amazing and go on about your day. This is one of those fragrances. It's very versatile. You can dress it up. You can dress it down. Wear it in the warm. Wear it in the cold. It does not matter. It's just that versatile. Now, if you spend this, if you buy this retail, it's going to be pretty expensive. But as I mentioned before in a previous video, there are ways to get these fragrances at a discounted price. You got to go check those out. All right. Now, if you want to go ahead and join this Facebook group, Parfums de Marley Connect, there's some people in there that'll give you some great prices. So go ahead and check that out. Now, that's my time today, y'all. I appreciate y'all for stopping by and checking out the video. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Thank you in advance. And as always, spread positivity, not hate. Stay safe. Smell great. Peace.